Hi guys, it's Bianca Tinsley with Keller Williams Realty. I'm really excited about my new 8-week vlog series on DIY projects in the home. And I figured what a perfect one to start with to follow around my husband this weekend and videotape him doing our subway tile backsplash in our kitchen. We are always doing home remodeling projects, and we have flipped some homes in the past, and we just both really have a passion for fixing up homes. So it has been a lot of fun. This past month we have been doing our personal kitchen, and we just love how it turned out. And one of my favorite parts about it has been the subway tile backsplash. Subway tile is a great choice for backsplash because it is classy and it also has a modern look to it as well. It goes with pretty much anything, and it's not very expensive, but it looks expensive, so we love stuff like that to put that into our house. If you have any questions at all, obviously I have pretty easy access to my husband, so just ask me any question you have, and I will get that answered for you and get back to you quickly. I want to thank you all so much for all the business that you've given me, whether it be you personally or someone that you have referred to me this year. I would not be where I'm at without you, and I really, really appreciate it. I'm always here for you if you have any real estate questions about buying, selling, and even renting. I will answer those questions as well. So please let me know how I can help you, and enjoy this video. I hope it's helpful to you, and I hope that you will dig in and get your hands dirty on some DIY projects soon. Thank you so much. Tell me all about the how-tos.
Well, you gotta make sure that the wall is nice and clean, and get the mastic put on it.
What's the mastic? Is that like icing?
The big bucket, it's the white stuff, yeah.
But we do not eat this icing.
No.
No.
And you take a notched trowel like this, and you spread it all over, get it even, and then you start putting the tiles up. And if you want to do a subway tile, typically the best way to do it is a brickwork pattern. So you have to start out with cutting some in half, and you start, like this, and then that gets your pattern going.
It looks very, very pretty. And this is something that even little old me could do, right?
Well, until you get to the cuts. The cuts are the hard part. It just requires, really, it's no different than carpentry. It's just finding the right angles and measurements and all that and making the cuts. So.
But I'm really good with power tools, right?
At times you can be. You can watch me cut some if you like.
Okay, here we go.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We're gonna watch Mr. Paul cut some tiles now on this fancy machine.
So since I'm doing a cut that's several of the same, I'm going to set up my guide so they all turn out exactly the same. And I just got a little pencil mark that I'm lining up on that blade. Watch your fingers.
Yeah, I will not be doing that. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how I would chop my fingers off. And you'll notice that we're almost done with one wall, and my dear husband has been working on this for only about an hour.
You're doing one cut on a tile and you just got a little pencil mark. You just go and line the saw up, do the cut, and you're done. But if you got two, the water from the saw is going to wipe off your other mark. So I just take tape and then use that as my guide.
Oh, that's a nice quick tip for you.
So when you get to things like windowsills, you've got this hanging over, and I always think it looks cheesy if somebody goes and makes a little cut around the windowsill. So what I do is I actually cut them out, so the tile actually goes back up in there. And so I already did it when she wasn't here, so I'll show you how that works.
So he cut that little piece of wood out in the back.
So you need a tool like this.
I got you that for Christmas, didn't I?
No, that one broke. This is a new one.
Oops.
So, but that means I used it a lot. So you can either rent these or buy these, but it's just a multi-tool is what they usually are called. This one's not a multi-tool, it's only one purpose, but anyway.
So what is that called?
I don't remember the actual name.
Oh, jeez.
I never can remember the name of this tool.
Horrible DIY how-to. We don't even know the name of the tool.
Just say multi-tool. If somebody's not buying a special purpose one, then they're going to get a multi-tool.
It is a multi-tool.
Most multi-tools come with this head, but you want the reciprocating head. So I'll turn it on for a second so you can see what it does.
Oh,
it's like a bone saw. If you ever get, not a bone saw, a cast, the thing they used on cast. So you watch it, it'll just vibrate back and forth. So what I do?
That piece hit me in the eye.
Nice. So the paper did.
Yeah.
So the way I do this, if you just do the tile as your space, it won't fit when you actually get the mastic behind it. So I take a piece of paper, or usually I find a bill that I don't want to pay. And I put it behind the tile and just sit it up against the wood, and then I take this thing, turn it on, and then just zip it back there. And then that'll cut it out, but then, you know, it's going to be attached back here, so either a little chisel, or I just use this little screwdriver and just beat the wood apart, and then just pulled it out, and now my tile just fits right up in there, no problem.
Like so. Beautiful. So now we are starting the grouting process. Paul, can you explain in as many details as possible how you grout wall tile?
Well, you put on crappy clothes because you're gonna make a big mess. How many details do you want, dude?
Actually, you can do a few details.
Make sure you go to the bathroom first because you can't stop after you start. I can give you all the details there. So, sorry. Anyway, the process is pretty simple. You're just trying to get the gooey stuff into all the cracks so that you have good adhesion. You won't end up with spots falling out or empty spots or whatever, because that's awful. And you pretty much just really get it in there.
And what kind of tool are you using for that?
It's a grout float.
A grout float.
And different kinds of grout need different kinds of floats. So you need to read the directions and buy the right kind, or if you already have one, use the right kind.
You always have to read the directions, especially with grout, because how can it get screwed up, Paul?
Well, so the thing I would say with that is pretty much every grout, well, not every grout, but there are several different types of grout. So if you don't know, if you haven't used a certain type of grout before, even if you have, you should just read the directions, because the stakes are pretty high. If you mess up the application of grout, then you've got a good chance that you've ruined your wall and you have to start over. So take the 5 minutes it takes to read the directions for the grout, and make sure that you're applying it the right way, that you're using the right amount of water, etc.
Read the directions, people. Always important. You learned that in kindergarten. And it is very important in your adult life as well.
Yeah, this grout specifically is not like a lot of other grouts where you apply it and you wait, half an hour or whatever to wipe it. you wipe this grout immediately after you finish a section. They really don't want you to work with it for more than 4 minutes before you start wiping it.
So make sure that you go potty. We have a 2-year-old. Make sure that you go potty before you do your backsplash, people.
And just do a small section at a time. Start the cleaning process, and you're going to go through a lot of buckets of water because after you get the bucket a certain amount of dirty, there's no more coming off the walls until you get another bucket of water.
This is the grout that we used. It's called Fusion Pro. Paul likes this grout, right, Paul?
Yeah.
It's been pretty good for us, I would say. It looks really, really nice. Here's a up close view of that. And what we did as far as the color choice is we went with pewter. You always want to make sure that you match the grout color to your design. Make sure that you either go with matching the wall color or the cabinet color. Something that's really going to pull the design together, because some people think that, well, you know, the grout color doesn't really matter, but it really, really does. It's very important in the overall design.
And the thing I would say is none of this is actually that hard. The hardest thing in tiling is the cuts. So if you don't have any kind of skill in carpentry, maybe this isn't for you. But if you have even the slightest bit, then you can probably pull it off. The thing that I would tell you is, you know, there's no reason to fear it. I mean, if you want to experiment, then just go get a piece of plywood at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever place is near you. Get some tile, get a little thing of grout. And see, I missed a spot.
And then just have at it. Maybe don't try it the first time on your kitchen walls.
Yeah,
I hope you guys have enjoyed my first how-to vlog featuring my hubby. He does lots of great work around our house, and we really, really appreciate that. We've done a lot of remodeling to our kitchen. I'll show you guys another video. Once the kitchen remodel is 100% done, showing everything that we've done to the place. But I definitely am in love with our new space. One thing I did want to mention with the Backsplash is to make it look more high-end, you can go all the way up the side of the window with the tile. That's what we ended up doing here, and I just think that it ended up making it look really, really nice and just made it look more like a luxury feel to the space. So thank you very much, Mr. Paul, for this wonderful vlog.
You're welcome.
And I am lucky to have a husband like him that can do these fun projects around our house. I would say that the total cost to this, and I will update this once I have the final figures, but I would say the total cost to this was probably about $300. And we have a fairly large kitchen, so we have this little desk over here too. So not very much money to make a really, really big impact. All right, well, thank you guys so much, and I will talk with you soon in my next vlog. I have some fun stuff coming up, including a how-to for a barn door and a how-to for a staircase, wallpaper removal, lots of other things that will help you in your home projects, hopefully. And as always, I'm here for you for any of your real estate needs. Just give me a call or shoot me a message, and I would love to help you in any way that I can with your buying and selling needs. Thank you so much.